Good evening, everyone. Township of Springfield Board of Adjustment meeting for October 17th, 2023. The time is now 6:03, and adequate notice has been given in accordance with the Sunshine Law. Notice was published on January 5th, 2023 in the Star Ledger, one of the official newspapers for the Township of Springfield for the year 2023, and posted in the Annex Building on January 6th, 2023. Can we stand to salute the flag, please? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have the roll call, please?
Mr. Stephen Hochstein?
Here.
Mr. Stephen Kirschenbaum?
Here.
Mr. Rajay A. Sahada? Mr. Michael Wexstein?
Here.
Ms. Marla Nacarano? Ms. Marissa Horowitz? Ms. Anika Dotson?
Here.
Vice Chair Mark Cunningham?
Here.
And Chair Jody Keller.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, the first order of business is the resolutions for memorialization. The first resolution up is for application 2023-1875 Meek Street, block 2903, lot 20. As the members have an opportunity to review the resolution, are there any questions or comments? If there are none, is there a motion to approve?
Moved. I'll second.
Okay, Mr. Kirschenbaum?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cunningham?
Yes.
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Mr. Wexstein?
Yes.
Ms. Dotson?
Yes.
And that's it. Motion passes.
The next resolution for memorialization is application 2023-26 Litchfield Place, block 1803, lot 17. Have the members of the board had an opportunity to review? Are there any questions or comments? If there are none, we have a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Mr. Wexstein?
Yes.
Mr. Kirschenbaum?
Yes.
Ms. Dotson?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Cunningham?
Yes.
The final resolution of memorialization is application 2023-21 118 Treetop Drive, block 2602, lot 7. Any questions or comments on the resolution? Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Ms. Dotson?
Yes.
Mr. Wexstein?
Yes.
Mr. Hochstein?
Yes.
Mr. Kirschenbaum?
Yes.
And Vice Chair Cunningham?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to the applications this evening. Just to note for the record, application 2018-12 Panera Bread, 295 US Route 22, block 4001, lot 3, has withdrawn their application this evening. So if there are any members of the public that are here to speak on or hear the application, it has been withdrawn. I will then move on to application 2023-24, 302-308 Morris Avenue, block 206, lots 1, 2, and 26. Good evening, Mr. Hale, how are you?
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, board members, Stephen Hale, representing the applicant, 302-308 Morris Avenue. Again, I apologize for the last minute request for the adjournment. Jen was kind enough to send Mike's report to us. We had a virtual meeting with our team today, my client is here, as a matter of fact, and wanted to have an opportunity to have our engineer review ISCO's report. So I did reach out to ISCO earlier and to Bergen, and then followed up with the request that rather than us going through engineering, so any detailed engineering items without the opportunity to have the plans reviewed. So we will have our engineer touch base with Mike and most likely do submit revised plans before next month's meeting. So again, I apologize for the late request. Sorry, Michael. And that, the request to be carried without requiring further notice, stipulation as to any extended time. I don't think we are close that time, but just wanted to confirm that. And again, apologize, we appreciate the board's time. Jen, thanks for sending my report over. And I think Catherine probably will issue a report prior to the next year. Get on for that.
Okay. So we're going to be carrying this. We need a motion to carry. So let's start with a motion to carry the application to the following meeting, which is November 21st at 6 PM.
Motion to carry.
Is there a second?
Second.
I was going to announce all that, yes, yes. Okay, so we have a motion on the floor and seconded.
Okay.
Let's take the roll.
Okay, Vice Chair Cunningham,
Yes.
Mr. Hochstein,
Yes.
Mr. Kirschenbaum,
Yes.
Mr. Weinstein,
Yes.
Ms. Dodson,
Yes.
and Chair Jody Powell.
Yes. Okay, so Mr. Hale, your request is obviously granted, no further notice. The next zoning board meeting will be November 21st at the Raymond Chisholm Community Center. Do we have an address? Do I know the address for that we can announce right here?
It is in the Margaret Androwski meeting room that I know, and
Could probably do that myself right now.
The stairs.
100 South Springfield Avenue.
Thank you. So it will be at 100 South Springfield Avenue, Chisholm Community Center in the Margaret Bandrowski Meeting Room, 6 PM.
Thank you very much, and have a great night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night. Okay, the final application that we are going to call this evening is application 2023-22, 25 Laurel Drive, block 1502, lot 7, a request for a side yard variance. Good evening, how are you? Can he hold that instead of having to, oh. We're going to swear you in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth? Please state your name, spell your last name, give us your home address.
Frank Maniscalco, that's Maniscalco, and the address is 25 Laurel Drive.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Maniscalco, why don't you tell the board what you're looking to do and the reasons for doing so?
Trying to, I guess, have to finalize a condenser unit for a split air conditioner on the side of my home that needs to have a 10-foot clearance, and I think we're at like 9.8 feet or something like that. So the reason for the variance is the main location where the normal air conditioner units would be, like floor kind of mounted units. That's near a lot of plumbing and garden hoses, so the company suggested that we keep it away from there. And the side is exactly straight up from where the unit is. It is, I don't know how much more information you guys need, but it's a very efficient unit, it's very quiet, so it's not, like a standard unit that, you can hear buzzing up and spinning all night. So hopefully that matters.
Madam Chair, if I might, just for the record, just as the application was beginning, Ms. Horowitz did come in, so the record should reflect.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay, great. Members of the board, do you have any questions?
I just have two questions. How far do you want to have it from the property line? Because it doesn't really, it's not really clear in your,
It's right over to the side of the house, so it's like 9.8 feet or something like that. I think it's listed in the variance.
9.86? Well, it's 9.85 to the, according to this, to the house, so it's got to be, you're asking for 7 feet, 7.5
No,
feet?
well, it's actually mounted against the house, so it may be like a foot.
Okay, just for clarity. And just one other question, just in looking at your survey, I looked at the second page, it says new sunroom. Is that something you plan on building, or it's there, or?
That's an old copy of the survey that was done 2 years before I owned the property, so.
So you're not putting a new sunroom there or anything? Okay. That's my only questions.
Ms. Cullen?
Yes. Yes, please.
Was there a survey done when you bought the house?
I had a survey done afterwards, so I do have a copy of that.
Why was that not presented?
I'm not 100% sure. I apologize, I actually have a copy on me.
What I'm curious about is the footprint of the property. It has to be changed from the footprint as disclosed on this survey, am I correct?
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
In other words, what's different between the survey for the bull taxes of 1993 and what's on the property now?
It's, to be honest, I think everything,
Oh, let's mark that. That's great.
so the main difference is really.
I'm sorry, just for the record, that will be A1. Thank you.
Got a pen marker? In other words, there had to be changes to what's on the property. Well, I don't know whether that's the original, but I do know when I drove by your house, it looked completely different than the property that was surveyed.
Probably, they did quite a bit of work before. So we moved into the house 3 years ago during COVID. So we had that survey that you see done, and I've spoken with Michael and with Bob in the zoning office about that survey. So you're going to see the main differences between that survey and the older one are the work that they had put in, like pavers and things like that. And basically, everything is the same, I believe, the old one, but by all means, do a comparison, but it was pavers, they had the pool that I guess they were putting in at the time, so that what you have there shows it there, but now it's been there for at least that amount of time, 20, 25 years.
Also, I'm going to ask that you comment about the FYI on this, on the denial that was originally entered. Says you have to remove unapproved unit or apply for a bulk variance. What is the unapproved unit?
That's this.
So you're trying to fix what apparently was broken beforehand?
Correct. Well, the unit itself was put in maybe 2 months ago. I'd gone through a company that told me they were gonna handle all the permits, everything like that. They did, but what they didn't tell me was that they were applying for it at the same time that they were doing the work. So they put the unit on.
I'm seeing a yes, that's correct from Mr. Disco, so I am assuming that that's accurate. Thank you.
Do you happen to know the decibels of the unit? Like, you said it's not really, like, loud, but do you actually know?
Yeah, I do actually.
It was on his explanation.
Yeah, so
Okay, here you go.
so this unit goes at about
Oh, okay.
You're better looking at this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I'm an expert or anything, but that's, it's not like it just gets a little bit louder. That's actually a lot quieter than a normal unit that's extremely loud.
Okay.
That's what I just said. That's so much coverage.
What's-
That was my
The
my look
bottom
to
line
you.
is, the applicant hasn't added any coverage. The coverages were added by Mark, will remember Mr. Doran.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Doran apparently did not believe in getting permits other than the pool. So all the coverage is there. The zoning officer, when he reviewed the initial application for the AC, went to the site, and it was revealed all these coverages.
No,
So,
great.
The applicant has reached out and entered into, I'll say, a discussion agreement with Mr. Herbert to remove lot coverage elements that you see on the property. I'd be more than happy if you want to put on the record what you're planning on doing, but suffice to say, if you're favorable towards the application, the condition should be that you should satisfy the zoning officer's request for lot coverage reductions on the site.
Please do.
Yeah, so the survey that you guys have now, the new survey, you'll see a ton of pavers along the front of the house, the right side of the house, and a little bit along the left side of the house. I want to remove every paver. And basically along the front of the house and the right side of the house, put all grass. And along the
Just to be clear, if that work is done, it will be in compliance on lot coverage?
It would not be in compliance with lot coverage. It would still be over or in excess of what is permitted.
Okay, so,
There was going to be a staged plan for that. If I'm, you know, he was gonna do some this fall, as I think he just indicated. And then there was some other coverages in the back. There was some pavers and concrete. Obviously, the pool's gonna remain. There was 2 sheds that were non-conforming as well. So there was a process that Mr. Herbert was gonna work with the applicant to get into conformance or to be in better shape than what it once was after their pool application. So, he's not asking for a variance, as I understand it, for lot coverage. He's gonna try to do that with Mr. Herbert. So I think, that aspect of it, I think, if you put the condition in that he has to work with Mr. Herbert, I think we'll get to that compliance. Suffice to say, he hasn't added anything in the 3 years, and he's going to be removing things that he inherited from the site. So I think he's making the effort to work with the township in that regard, though it certainly is far in excess of whatever is permitted for that zone. If that makes sense to everybody.
So if he does not comply with the coverage, he'll have to come back for a variance at some point?
It's possible that if he can't conform to what what we determined was the pre-existing coverage, then he may have to come back for that.
Mr. Disco, a question regarding, as you said, if we allow the condenser unit and put this as a condition, and the coverage is not met, what is the?
Two things. We have court, and we have coming back to this board. So it's a known thing.
No,
The
exactly,
applicant's
I
not
know
running
it's-
from it, he's taking responsibility, even though he inherited it. So I think the zoning officer will work cooperatively with the applicant to
Yeah, no,
get it
because,
to the point where everybody's satisfied.
yeah, I know that was there before you bought the property, I'm aware of that.
Can we put like a time limit on stuff, or is like, how would something like that work?
I'm comfortable with whatever Bruce drafts. I mean, again, there's been no attempt for him not to work with the zoning officer at this point. The zoning officer basically instructed the applicant to come for this AC unit, since he did install or his contractor installed the AC unit while the permit and then the 10-foot offset wasn't met. So he's doing what the zoning officer's instructed him to do.
I mean, to answer the question, the board could set a time limit, or you can rely upon the zoning officer and the engineer. If they think that there's not sufficient progress, it's clearly a violation, so they have various ways that they could enforce it, even if there's no time frame set here.
So they could use their discretion and then tell him that, no, you're gonna have to go to the, in front of the board because you're not progressing
Yep.
where we need you to. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Bruce, I guess I have a question for you. Different cases, different rules, I understand to a certain degree, but I've sat on this board and heard distinctions between something that is improperly done was not what was being asked for to be handled that night. We approved something in another location, okay, solely based on what that was requested on. He's handling something he's trying to fix from a different situation. Aren't they apples and oranges?
You don't necessarily have to. I mean, that'll be the board's decision. If you
Okay.
think that the board should not put that condition on because it's a separate situation, that's the board's
Okay.
choice.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I have one. Did we determine, and I apologize, but did we determine the requested relief, the distance, the actual amount that he's requesting in the setback?
The survey shows that the house is, it's either 9.85 or 9.86 feet off of the property line. The testimony was that the
Condenser's gonna
applicant
come a foot
believes
past that?
the unit is about a foot off the house, is that correct? Correct. So that would determine it to be 8.85 inches would be what the proposed is, if that 1 foot is correct.
Do you have the dimensions of the AC unit? Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, it's definitely less than 9.85, because that's where the house is. So it's,
Is this your only copy of your survey? Is this your only? Okay. Just wondering, 'cause it's sealed and everything. Okay. Any other questions from the board?
so was your question answered? Like, what is the number, or?
I think we're going with 8.85. Is that 1 foot off, 8.85? Although on this survey, it says that it's 8.85 to the house.
That's 8.85?
Yeah. Am I wrong? So is it,
This side, 9.86
I'm sorry.
to the house, so. Those units are at least 18 inches or something. Yeah. So I think,
Why don't you build in a little cushion there?
yeah, I think we should say 8 feet, if plus or minus.
Yeah.
To make it.
Oh, this is pointing to where the new sunroom, got it. Okay, so it's there. Okay, so what did we just, okay, so 8.86, 8.85?
I think we should do it at 8 feet, because I'm sure the unit is thicker than a foot.
Okay.
And it's installed parallel to the house, not perpendicular, correct?
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to open it up to the public. Any members of the public have any questions or any statements that they'd like to make on this application? None, great. Okay, I'm in favor of granting the relief that's requested. I feel that the condition may not be necessary. I think that the applicant did inherit this issue, and I appreciate the fact that he is going to work with the municipality to clean it up. So I would leave it to the discretion of the municipality and their staff and professionals to handle it, the zoning officer and the engineer. But that's my opinion. I don't know if anyone has a differing opinion or agrees.
I agree with you.
I agree, especially because it is something they are aware of already, and they can handle it.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion with the way you stipulated it.
Excellent.
A second.
Mr. Wexstein?
Yes.
Ms. Dodson?
Yes.
Mr. Hockstein?
Yes.
Mr. Kirkendall? Yes. Ms. Harlowit? Yes. Vice Chair Cunningham?
Yes.
And Chair Coe?
Yes. Excellent. Have a great evening. Okay, so is there any other business? Move to adjourn. For the record, one more time, the meeting is November 21st at the Raymond Chisholm Community Center, 100 South Springfield Avenue, in the Margaret Bandrowski Meeting Room. Move to adjourn first. All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Have a good evening. Thank you, everyone.